Been waiting for. It's rare that we get to see the pride of Radnor High School sign a letter of intent to go to a major university, but we welcome right here from the Bronx and Radnor High School, Jonathan Coleman, the wide receiver, Tom Ryan, who is the head coach of Radnor High School, and of course from the Philadelphia Daily News, Joe Santaloquito. All right, moment we've been waiting for. It's not much of a secret. Joe wrote about it today, but for those who don't know, where are you going to go? Let's see.
Boston College.
Let's see the hat. Put it right on. Boston College. That's where Jonathan Coleman is going. That's the letter of intent right there, right?
Yeah.
You want to make it official?
Here we go.
Well, here we go.
All right.
Tell us about, Tom, tell us about John as he signs, Jonathan, on the football field.
Well, one of the amazing things about the story is that Jonathan's a first-year football player. I got to know him about 2 years ago, and knew what an athlete he was and what a great student he was, and finally convinced him to come out his senior year. He had a great season for us, and really just saw that his future was in football as far as at the next level.
There's, you see Gene DiFilippo, who's the AD, and Frank Spaziani, who's the new head coach. Did that give you any pause, by the way, the head coaching situation with Jagodzinski moving on?
Nah, because I knew that I met the coach when I went there, but I knew all the assistants would still be there. And plus, the guy that recruited me, Ryan Day, he's a receivers coach, and I knew he was still going to be there, and I was going to be comfortable if he was there. Bottom line.
Yeah. Joe, tell us a little bit about Jonathan's story and because it's an amazing story.
Yeah, it is pretty remarkable, the things that he's been through, the things that he's endured. It's a credit to Coach Ryan here. He doesn't want to hear it, but I'm going to tell him anyway. It's a credit to his mother Vancy, is sticking by him, and his grandparents, Vaughn Coleman and Linda Williams. There were times when Jonathan had to endure some things on his own. Times when he was in an apartment, where there was no electricity. There were times where he was by himself as an 11-year-old, in an environment and a setting that he wasn't completely aware of or knowledgeable about, and he found his way home. There were a lot of things, a lot of twists and turns, Mike, that just a little inch here, a little inch there. This special young man might not even be with us today. So, but it worked out. There's a happy ending here.
Tell us about the ABC program, what it means. How did you get involved with it? Because you're from the Bronx, but you live with other students and went to Radnor.
Yeah, ABC program. It's like it takes inner city kids and bring them into like private schools and public schools in like suburban areas. So I went to Watley High School in New York and Manhattan, and they had a scholars program. And I just went there, did like a year of like every Saturday we do like a couple hours to get ready for the test that you have to take. And then once you take the test, you just go visit schools and you choose which one you like. What's
amazing to me is I'm paraphrasing your quote here that you said to Joe in today's Philadelphia Daily News, but you said, what I did wasn't that special, wasn't that courageous. I mean, this is just my life, and I'm just living my life. And I'm wondering, how did you come to think that way? Because your mom wasn't around a lot. She had some issues, certainly, which have been straightened out, thankfully. And you were by yourself. You were on your own. You're trying to make your way. You had siblings you had to, look after, or were trying to look after you, I guess. And how is that not courageous and just amazing when you step back and look at it?
Well, I just say, whatever's thrown at you, you just take it and do the best you can do with it, and hopefully the outcome will be good,
Great student too, right, Tom?
Excellent student. That's one of the reasons he's going to Boston College. His grandfather understands the value of a BC education with their 96% graduation rate for football players. And when we were up there, Jonathan and Mr. Coleman knew within the first hour that that's where he wanted to go because of the great academics. And, of course, I think he's going to have a great career on the football field, and Jonathan's best football is definitely ahead of him.
And you just played football this year?
Yeah,
right? For the
actually,
first time?
Yeah. Like,
oh, by the way, let's get that kid. Yeah.
Like, towards the end of the season, Coach kept coming to me, like, end of last season, Coach kept coming to me, like, every day, asking me if I wanted to play. And eventually I was just like, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
How'd you have a hint that he could play?
Well, I saw him on the basketball court, and you know, it's just an amazing athlete, and the fact that he's only 17 right now.
Number 3 right here.
There he is. And our quarterback, Tyler Anderson's going to Notre Dame for lacrosse. And I have another, Danny Webster's going to Cornell to play football. But Jonathan just was accepted by his teammates, and I had a great staff, Coach Rufinak, who really was Jonathan's position coach, who just guided him every day. They had some battles from time to time, but, you know, the goal was to make Jonathan a better player, and now here he is going to Boston College, so it's a great story.
You got to work a little bit at getting open. You know, once you get Joe, I mean, 6'4", and he can still grow a little bit more, right?
Oh, he's going to grow a lot more. I mean,
how's that going to work though on a football field?
Well, first off, Jonathan's never really been involved in a serious weightlifting conditioning program. That's number 1. Number 2, I think you're what, a size 14 shoe, yeah, so there's a chance he may even grow another inch or 2.
Wow. Unbelievable. I wish we had more time. Congratulations, Jonathan. Everybody's proud of you. I know certainly your family and Coach Ryan and Joe, thanks for the story. Just awesome. The pride of Radnor High School, Jonathan Coleman signing his letter of intent. Here it is, right here, to go to Boston College to play for the Eagles. Thanks to Jonathan. Thanks to Coach Ryan. Thanks to Joe Santaliquito. Coming up on Comcast SportsNet, it is Wachovia.